Billy. Your book is great. A #1 seller on Amazon. Woke doesn't mean broke.
Yeah.
I want to have a conversation with you today, so you can help, my channel, the people that watch my channel, adapt to the new world and make the necessary changes they want to make, and mainly in the financial areas of their life. Before we get into that, I want to tell people about a giveaway you're doing that I think is absolutely fantastic. And I think that if there's, all right, right now I see 300, it says 357 people watching. I don't see why all 357 people won't sign up for this giveaway you're doing. Yeah, you're doing a Rolls Royce giveaway, and it's for $50.
Yeah.
And before I show, let me just let me play this real quick, and then you can elaborate on it, because I think this is amazing.
This is Billy Carson with Forbidden Knowledge Inc. And I want to announce an amazing giveaway. I am going to be giving away a 2013 Rolls Royce Ghost on December 18th, 2021. All you have to do to enter is go to forbiddenknowledge.com. That's forbiddenknowledge.com with the number 4. Click on giveaways and register and buy your ticket for a chance to win a Rolls Royce Ghost on December 18th, 2021. It's going to be an amazing giveaway, and it will be held at the Holman Motor Cars, where they actually sell the Rolls Royce in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'll see you there.
I mean, wow. Can you explain to me what's going on, Billy? What's going on?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of people who have been following you now and hear me come on your show know that I have a Rolls Royce, and I've had it for a while. I really navigated the financial matrix to get that Rolls Royce because I had good credit. I had a corporation. I put that car in the corporation's name, and in the first couple of years, I actually rented it out with the exotic car rental service that I had out of Naples at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples, and the car pretty much paid for itself. I didn't pay any money for the car. I only had to rent it out like 14 to 15 days a month. The second half of the month, I can keep the car and utilize it for myself, get driven around and so forth, do business deals, whatever, just enjoy the luxury of the vehicle. At the same time, the car was making me money. So the car for me was an asset. It wasn't, it wasn't anything that was depreciating. And so I went and bought a brand new Rolls Royce just the other day. That's when I hit you up and I was like, hey man, I'm getting ready to raffle off this Rolls Royce, because what I want to do is I want to take the proceeds and I want to get 4,000 holiday gifts for underprivileged children in impoverished areas. And I also want to increase the amount of money. Every year I've been doing $10,000. I've been paying $10,000 for a single parent. That means either a single dad or a single mom, final notice electric bills in the middle of winter. And I've done that 4 years in a row. Matter of fact, the last time I did $16,000. And so this time I want to up that probably to about maybe $30,000 or $40,000 as well. So it's going to cover the proceeds are going to help cover single parent final notice electric bills in the winter, so their kids are safe and not freezing to death. And also to bring some holiday joy to the kids out there, give them something to look forward to. And also some, I always do 1,000 book bags, fully loaded with all the school supplies and everything else. So that will be included too. So this is really another way for me to I found another way to give back and bring some joy and excitement to somebody else, being able to get a luxury vehicle. This is the same car that I picked up, that young lady who I gave away that Ford. If you remember, about 2 months ago, I gave away a brand new Ford car to a young lady. Her name was Ashley. She won that on just a free giveaway that I did for active subscribers to my TV network. And I flew her down. I picked her up in the Ghost. The video's on my YouTube channel, and it's also on Forbidden Knowledge TV. And so the same car, I picked her up, and now I'm giving that car away. And I just brought myself another brand new Ghost.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. And I mean, for you to be able to, so this, you said the drawing is in December now?
Yeah, December 18th will be the drawing. Well, December 18th is going to be the final cutoff. It'll really lead into December 19th, because 3 a.m. on December 19th is midnight on the West Coast in America. And so even though the drawing is international, I wanted to end it so give the person, on the West Coast the last second to get in right before midnight. And then the next day at the Rolls-Royce dealership, which is where I bought my new Rolls-Royce from, they've agreed to host the raffle there. It'll be an independent drawing. I won't be drawing any of the names. A third party will be drawing the names. It's a third party service that does all this to keep the authentication and everything else proper. There's rules and regulations on my website. No family members, no friends, nobody who works for my company or any of my companies. People like that cannot win this raffle. And so it's going to be amazing. It'll be open to the public. So if you are in the area or you want to come down to Rolls-Royce and hang out with me for the day and take pictures and sign books and things like that, more than welcome. It'll be fantastic. I'll actually have some food catered out there to the Rolls-Royce dealership. So it's really high. It's on the highest level. This is the highest level you get. We'll be sitting in the Rolls-Royce toy store, basically, and giving away a free car that's worth about $150,000. And that somebody who gets this car can do a lot of things with that. They can sell it, and they can then take that money, which we're going to talk about tonight, and they can turn that money into super profits in various different ways.
Talk to me about some ways of turning money into super profits.
Well, one thing you can do is you can take that money and you can invest into real estate. So with that amount of money, you should be able to get some wholesale property listings. You can get wholesale property listings. You can actually go on myhousedeals.com. Myhousedeals.com. You pay about $400 to $500 for access to the wholesale properties there, all over the United States. And then you can take that money and you can actually invest into some rehab properties, spend $60,000, $70,000 on a property, maybe a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom small home to start out with, put $10,000 to $15,000 in repairs into it, turn around and sell it for $128,000 to $140,000 within 60 to 90 days. There's a shortage of houses on the market right now on the retail side. So the houses are going very fast. They're getting snapped up really, really quick. And then take that profit. Don't use it for anything, but reinvest it into another property. So you take all that closing after the 3-day right of rescission, and that money hits that bank wire hits your bank account. Take all of that money, go back and do it again until you can do then 2 houses, 3 houses, 4 houses. You can keep multiplying it out as long as you don't siphon money out. And of course, you're going to take some money for basic expenses, but if you can really parlay it the right way, you can turn it into a multi-million-dollar business off of a $50 raffle ticket. That's just one way. Another thing you can do is you can actually invest in the stock market. And there's 2 ways. There's actually 3 ways to invest in the stock market. I used to teach classes before this whole thing happened. I used to do them in person. And a lot of people saw me do the teaching people how to trade options and so forth. So one thing you can do is you can actually you can trade options. Now, options is a little bit riskier. There's a higher risk of you losing money because when you buy stock options, you don't actually own the stock. You're basically making a call or a put, and you're betting that the stock is going to go up by a certain amount or go down by a certain amount that day or within a certain period of time. But with an educated understanding of how it's working and the information about that, research about that company, you can pretty much get a decent guess on the movement of that stock over the course of time. And if somebody doesn't know how to do that, well, whoever wins, if that's what they want to do, I'll give them free access to my workshops for trading stock options, and then they can learn from scratch, from start to finish on a 5-hour class that they can watch me teach for free. And it's on Forbidden Knowledge TV. And so basically with stock options, like the other day, AMC, right? AMC, the world is opening back up. AMC is blowing up right now. I got in at AMC when it was only $25. I bought options saying that it would hit $50. And so I bought 20 contracts at 1,000 shares per contract. And the reason why you buy stock options is because if you buy stock options, you spend less money to get access to the shares. When you're buying when you're buying the actual stock itself, you have to pay full price for each stock, and you got to sit on it. And whatever it goes up, that's the profit you make. But in stock options, they give you a percentage of this exponential value. And so with that 20,000 shares that I had with the 20 contracts, I made $107,000 within like 4 hours. So it was a good day that day. So stock options was a way to blow up. I think I only spent $12,000 to make $107,000. And I mean, if anybody's doubting it, I mean, well, where's my?
Billy's like, I got receipts.
Okay. Listen, let me.
Okay.
I don't listen, man. You know how I do. I back everything up. All my lectures are backed up. Everything is backed up with knowledge and facts. You know, I don't play them kind of games. So just in case anybody's saying this guy's making this stuff up.
Oh, let me make your screen bigger. Hold up. Okay. Wow.
Okay. That's my account. Okay. Now, so you know, I have like what I do is for me, I have like 5 or 6 sometimes different apps that I run all my stocks on. Some are just for crypto, some are just for specific stocks. I learned this from a billionaire. He's got certain accounts he uses just for one certain move. Now I made that big move. I made a couple of small moves too, because it's obviously 110 now. I made a couple of small moves today to take it from 107 to 110,000. Yeah. I made the extra money today just playing around in the market for a few hours. And now I'm going to make another big move. I'm waiting for him to tell me. He's telling me about something about Verizon that's getting ready to pop. So I turn my margins on. So when you have margin calls, or not margin call, but the margin activated in your account, if you get approved for margins, that's when the bank gives you certain money to play with in accordance with how much money you have in your account. So right now I can actually, even with 110,000, I can make a move on $200,000 worth of stock. So I can move 200,000, let's say, into Verizon. And if it goes up $16, then I get, you know, $16 times however many shares I just bought. And those aren't options. Those will be actually stock that I buy and hold, wait for the growth, and then sell it at its peak and wait for it to dip again, buy it again. It's called swing trading. Let it rise up again, sell it, and so forth and so on. So that's another way to make money in the stock market, is to do swing trading. But you can't do swing trading unless you have $25,000 in your account at the end of business closing day, the previous day, because if not, then you're doing something called, you know, pattern day trading. And after 4 or 5 pattern day trades, you'll be banned from day trading for 90 days. So you have to maintain $25,000 or more in order to keep flipping money in and out of trades all day long like that. Day trading, you have to do that. So. And this sounds complicated maybe to some people, but again, this is something I'll be more than happy if somebody wants to really get into that after they win. I'll be more than happy to teach them how to do this, because it's just, sometimes I just sit in my house and laugh, you know. I'm making 100,000, 200,000 in a day, and I just laugh. I just sit in my house and I just laugh. It's just too easy, man. Bro, man. You know? And so every one of my accounts is like that. I got like 4 or 5 apps. Each one has like 50,000, 100,000, 120,000, 140,000, you know, in it. And so, and the third way is cryptocurrency, obviously. So you get into the cryptocurrency game. Now, cryptocurrency, I've been experimenting with one. So in one app, I've got the crypto that I buy, and I'm just sitting and holding for long term, right? Because we know every year they fluctuate, but at the end of the time, they always go up no matter what. And so I do that, but then I have another app where I have like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I day trade or pattern trade them, or swing trade them, if you want to call that, where as they go up, I try to knock them, you know, sell them out when they peak. And then when they drop down again, I buy more. When they go up, I sell them. So as they're fluctuating up and down, I'm making money every time they rise. Every time they rise, I make money. Every time they drop down, I'm waiting. When I see it, when it gets to its lowest point, I buy more, and then when it raises up again, I sell. And I just keep doing it over and over again, just squeezing out. It's like wringing. It's like taking a wet rag and just wringing it out like this. You're just wringing it dry. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And so that's another way to capitalize and make some money. So you can buy crypto, you can buy shares, and you can just sit on stock and crypto and hold it for long term. And other ways that you can actually swing trade it, or you can buy stock options on stocks, and you can guess whether they're going to go up or go down. Some of this money I made was GameStop going down. And so I did a put. A put is I'm betting that it's going to drop to a certain amount. I think I bet it was going to drop to, I don't know, 248 or something like that or whatever. And as it was going down, every time it ticked down towards what I said it was going to get to, I was making money. When it got to its lowest point, or what I thought would be the lowest point, I just sold my shares, my contracts, closed them out, and boom, kept my profits. And there's actually one more thing you can do. So you got the swing trading, the crypto, and the buying. Oh, yeah, that's right. So another one is get into funds. So there's a fund called Berkshire and Hathaway. So Berkshire and Hathaway has a fund that has SpaceX in it. And that's a good fund to get into. I have that fund. So that's more of a long-term coasting, very, it's still risk, but the risk is very minimal. It's like getting in a 401k, at your job or something like that. And the growth pattern is very, very steady. So you get on like Fidelity or TD Ameritrade, get into like a Berkshire Hathaway fund. The one with SpaceX in it is a very steady grower. I remember I got in when it was like $99. I think it's over 200 now, and it's just going to continue to go up. And that's very steady, slow pace. So if somebody's looking to build a retirement fund for later on, have some money to access after they, retire from their job, that's another way to build your end game retirement right there. Is on a fund like that. Okay, so again, and I'm more than willing to teach these things, but that's just a couple of ways right there. Stocks, real estate, and then of course starting a business. That's another way. So some people, like you just read that article, people are like, why am I going to keep putting money in this guy's pocket when I could be making myself rich, or I can be following my passion and at least doing what I love and on the way to trying to become very successful. But that takes money. And this $50 ticket or however many they buy, there's discounts for multiple tickets, which gives you even a better chance of winning. There's only 100,000 tickets. So it's not like there's unlimited tickets. So because there's a cap on the tickets, the percentage of winning is way higher than winning the lottery. I mean, very much higher. The lottery has no cap. This is capped at 100,000 tickets, which are going to definitely sell, I think, now before December 18th. So, the more tickets you get, the more chance you have of winning. But for that little small investment, you can end up having enough revenue to start yourself a business, fund it, buy all your stock, your supplies that you need. If it's a product-based business, if it's a service-based business, you'll have enough revenue to get all the materials and everything you need and the services you need, the servers, the web servers, the marketing that you'll need to invest into and everything else. Maybe you're developing a mobile app. Maybe you had this revolutionary idea for a great mobile app. You do that, So there's a lot of ways to flip this into, something that can pay off long-term and create a legacy for your family.
Somebody said a great index universal life policy is one of the best long-term investments for guaranteed profits over time.
Yeah, whole life policy. So I have a whole life policy. And when I was younger, I used to have term life policies, and I didn't really understand and know the difference between whole life and term life. And then I realized, I was like, man, this term life policy is like I just keep paying. It's like car insurance, and I can't even get access to this money. It's like I'm throwing money out the window. Right. And so our whole life policy, after I did my research, looked way more attractive. And so now it's going to be, a decent amount of money per month for the whole life, depending on what age you are. It's going to be less if you're younger, but it's still going to be a nice payment every single month. However, I got $3 million in this one whole life policy. And the beautiful thing about it, let's say in 8 years, I'm still alive and I'm feeling great, but I want to invest in real estate. I want to move some money into the stock market. I want to invest in my own business. I want to put one of my kids through college, whatever it is. All I got to do is make a phone call. Hey, send me $300,000 of my policy money. And that check's on the way, or that direct deposit's on the way. See, in a whole life policy, it's a savings account. It's a special type of savings account. And you get access to that money, and you can get that money back and use it before you actually die. You know what I'm saying? So, and so I have it set up with that one policy, the way it's set up, each one of my kids and my grandchildren all get $600,000 a piece. But if I'm alive and I need to use some, that will reduce some, but until I live a little bit longer, and as the years go by, it'll build back up again. But if I need to get access to money, I actually have access. If I could have went back in time and took all those years of term life that I spent, right now I could probably pull down $1 million, But so I highly recommend a whole life policy. I got mine from Mutual, and I think it's one of the greatest moves that I made. I still have a couple of small term life policies that were just there. I didn't convert them. I converted one of the bigger ones, but the big one, the $3 million one, that is a whole life policy. I highly recommend it. And again, that's something you can do with the money. Take that money, invest yourself into a whole life policy. Because the regular banking is not going to give you anything. My daughter won $10,000. My oldest daughter, she's 30. She won 10 grand from a car accident. and it had been sitting in her bank account, in her savings account for like 7-8 months. And I called her up. I said, how much did the bank pay you? She goes, pay me for what? I said, for the money that you let them invest every day in that account. Because every day, you know, they're investing your money, right? She goes, they are? I said, oh yeah, they're investing that money every single day. They're taking that money and they're sending it out. They're loaning it out to people. They're doing all kind of stuff with it. And she says, nothing. I said, well, let me show you. So I showed her. I said, if you listen to me, you're going to make some money. She was very fearful. So, you know, she's just starting out, new family, husband, just got a baby, her first baby and everything else. I said, take half the money and do what I tell you. And already she's got